What's up, Dragon Brood? So we're going to take a look at a fun deck that I think people like. Right now, Abzan is starting to make a run again in Standard in a bunch of different varieties, so I think this is going to be pretty cool to see. And you're going to get to see some different cards get played, which I think is really neat. But again, you're probably going to see a lot of Abzan decks over the next few days because it seems that there's a few different working versions and nobody seems to know which combination of cards is the best. There may not be a best build, but who knows? There usually is, but maybe not this time. It's a weird standard that we're in. Before we get into it though, remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell because that lets you know every time I have a video up. But for now, let's go take a look at this kinda interesting looking Abzan list. Alright, so taking a look at the top, we've got a couple of Blood Chief's Thirst because, you know, again, good removal. Foulmire Knight. And you know, and let me say this too, we're basically playing an Adventures version here. So I guess I should have stated that in the opening, but it'll be in the thumbnail anyway. But I'm not gonna lie, part of this comes from a discussion I had in the comments on a video about there not being any adventure cards being played, but you know, that's for another time. Anyway, there are 4 Foulmire Knights in this list. It does let you draw cards. It does Death Touch. You can just block things and kind of functions as another removal card. But it does also work with like Lovestruck Beast and Innkeeper and whatever. So it has some things going for it here. Edgewall Innkeeper, obviously a great way to draw cards. Heartless Act, kill some things. Scavenging Ooze, starting to become a main deck requirement if you're playing green, especially with all the Croxa decks running around. Playing some Murderous Riders. Mythos of Nethroi. This is a card that I think is really good. It's a little bit underplayed, but it gives you a way to deal with any type of permanent in this list, which is very good. Probably the best card in the deck, honestly. There's a Lovestruck Beast we mentioned. Pool of Kranos. This is a good one because it's another way to remove things. It's a big creature otherwise that can survive a bunch of damage, which is nice. And it has escape. When you're playing against all these different mill decks of different varieties, this gives you a way to kind of get cards out of your graveyard. Easy way to get a creature back. You know, fight around counter spells, which is nice. So it does a lot of things. Yasharn, we're playing one of these. Just kind of trying it out. It's a 4/4 for 4. Almost always let you get 2 cards. You can go get a forest, go get a plains, which is pretty nice. And it does randomly stop a few things, like some of the food decks that are starting to pop up from being able to use their cards efficiently. Playing a couple of Vivian Monsters Advocate. This is kind of largely becoming my, I guess, the green planeswalker of choice if you're playing against, or if you're playing a slower deck. And that's partly because this lets you make tokens that have reach, and that's a very big deal. Then we're playing a couple of Great Hinge just to keep our hand fat. Got a couple, actually just one, I reduced this actually to 1 Agadeem's Awakening. Then we have some plains, a castle, swamps, forests, bright climb pathways, branch loft pathways, Inditha Triome, and 3 Fable Passage. So, pretty cool list overall. We'll see how it plays, because we're going to go hop in the arena. Well, this is an interesting scenario. Here, I guess we just keep this. Because we can turn 1 Heart's Desire. Then we can kind of choose whether we want to play a Foulmire Knight or a Scavenging Ooze or whatever, and then go into a Lovestruck Beast. Well, this has to be set on black at this point, unfortunately. If I can grab it, there we go. Question is just, what do we lead with? I feel like this is the answer. But you know what? I'm going to go with Scavenging Ooze, because if they're playing something like Bonecrusher Giant or whatever, maybe they spend their turn dealing with Scavenging Ooze, and that's mostly fine. I mean, who knows? They might want to Heartless Act it or something, but if they do, they're not getting the Lovestruck Beast, so that's kind of still fine, I guess. Or who knows? They just have 2 removal cards, and then it is what it is. Alright, great. Now let's draw land. Ah, deck, you failed on so many levels. How dare you? Well, now we're just in trouble. We just failed to find mana here, so this is not going to go well. Alright, Mire Triton, sure. Did the opponent also get... I was going to say. Oh, okay. They just had a temple to play here. That makes sense. Alright, well. No attacks. Mostly because I assume they're going to play Bone Crusher Giant here. Then we can try to kill the Mire Triton and attack with the Lovestruck Beast. If it gets to live here. Yeah, I was going to say it may not, which it doesn't. Alright, they're going to go Fable Passage for something. Play another Mire Triton, maybe? I mean, now we can just attack with our 1/1s, because we're not really protecting anything for a Lovestruck Beast here. Nope, just a Blood Chief's Thirst. That's fine. Opponent's choosing not to attack there. Not a big deal. We will attack with this, though. Ah, Spikefield Hazard. Jeez. Okay, fine. Alright. Finally. Nope. They're looking for a pull of Kranos, I imagine. Man, this is tough because this hand was very good. We just did not get mana to be able to play things. But long way from over still, I guess, at this point. Alright, we'll take our 2. Alright, we'll go ahead and kill this because, you know, taking 2 is better than 4. Alright, let's get in there for our 1. The other cool part about Pull of Kranos is it comes in with counters already, so we're kind of protected from Heartless Act, which we know the opponent's playing. Now, granted, they could have another Blood Chief's Thirst, and there's not a lot we can do about that. And then we have to wait till we get 2 more lands to try to get this back. Alright, Temeric Calls the Dead. Doesn't do a whole lot to us. Still no Pull of Kranos there. Though I think our plan really is just kill the Mire Triton. Uh-oh. Opponent's got other designs on this, unfortunately. Maybe they're just reading it, because if we do fight the Mire Triton, we would lose Pull of Kranos. Actually, wait. Well, it has counters on it, prevent that damage. So actually, no, we wouldn't, because you have to deal damage with that touch. So we could do that to get past the Mire Triton. But then we'd also get blocked and be down to a 2/2, and that makes us susceptible to other things, which we don't want yet. So I am willing to blow up the Murderous Rider. Though I will admit that we have to be a little bit careful, because the opponent could have another Spikefield Hazard that they could use to kill their own Mire Triton, which would be a little bit sad for us. Which makes me kind of want to use the Mythos. Because, I mean, I'm not worried about killing this. They can get another token and just gain a couple life. We don't really care about that. So, I am going to do this. It just feels safer at the moment. I mean, it turns out it's probably largely insignificant and overthought there, but, you know, just do what you can do. Alright, they do get another token here. There's a Kroxa, and unfortunately we will lose the Murderous Rider here. Man, I wish we didn't have such a bad start. We would have been in a pretty good spot right now. But just not drawing those lands. That was a tough beat. All right, they'll still have enough to do Kroxa once more. Of course, now we're going to draw all the lands when we don't want them. Okay, that's not the worst thing. We could have them get Kroxa again. The Polar Kranos just dies. Well, here's the thing though, right? If we kill this, then they're not playing Kroxa next turn if they play Polar Kranos. So that's a thing. I mean, if they play Bone Crusher Giant, sorry, on our Polar Kranos. Interesting, and they didn't block with the 2/2. Don't know what that means. Are they packing 2 removal cards here, maybe? Because otherwise, I assume you just block, reduce the Polar Kranos, and then just get Kroxa back, right? At least that's what I would try to do. Now, if we can find a removal card, they won't be able to get Kroxa again easily. So that's a start. I was gonna say, feel free to attack. We are not blocking. Or an adventure card would be fine here too. That is an adventure card. Not the one I was expecting to find, but it is one I will take. Fair trade. Now we get the option of gaining 2 life. As a blocker, obviously. Oh, the opponent's checking out our Polar Kranos again. We don't like that. Oh no. There's an Ox in there. Ugh. Alright, so now we do have a real concern. How soon can we end the opponent? Because this could be a real issue. Oh, well, that's a thing. Oh, but that sucks. Knowing they have a chance of getting Kroxa back. I actually have to keep this land and hope to draw a land? Is that the situation we're seriously in? That's so gross. I mean, I guess if it's what we gotta do. It's not a happy time, but, you know, we'll do what we gotta do. They'll remove a card here. I doubt they're gonna do Ox, because they have too many cards. So they're probably just gonna go Kroxa. But using Kroxa means they can't do the other one, or they're going to have... Either way, the other escape card will not be activated. But maybe they're looking at it. I was like, maybe they do want to... Okay, so they are going to go Ox Vagonis. Interesting. All right, not the way I would have went, but that's better for us in this scenario. I mean, looks like our Murderous Rider gets to live. We get to play Vivian, which is awesome. And we get to preserve our life total. Oh, and we get a Mythos. Oh, no. Whew, gosh. I feel like I'm going to choose incorrectly now. What's going on? Like, they didn't play the Ox, so they obviously have to have a removal card, right? Because what scenario do you not get Kroxa and you not play Ox and you leave 2 mana up? That just doesn't make sense. This is one of those narratives where your opponent not doing something also tells you a story. I mean, it really hurts getting rid of this Mythos, though. But, I mean, We can't not play Vivian here. I mean, if nothing else, the Vivian tokens will at least give us the opportunity to block Pulokranos if we need to. I don't think they have anything like Phoenix or whatever, but I don't know. Let's give it reach just in case.
Beauty lies in variation.
No attacks. We're only at 9 life. We don't want to leave ourselves too susceptible to the damage from Kroxa. Alright. That's fine. I assume something like that existed, so we're not that worried about that particular play. Pretty sure we're going to lose the Mythos here. Though, I don't know. Maybe they want Ox. I have no idea. They left 1 on top, put 3 on the bottom. That's probably bad for us. But we'll find out. I mean, you could attack with your Mire Triton. I will be blocking with a 1/1 human token. Alright, so now it just comes down, do they want Ox or do they want Kroxa? Okay, they're opting for Kroxa. Leaving enough cards to be able to do another Kroxa, not necessarily an Ox. Good to know. Oh, our top card. Our top card is so close to being good. Oh, man. Alright.
Every day is a new mutation.
Okay, well, we'll hang tight, I guess. We'll be going to 6 at a minimum from Kroxa attacking. Now, don't just leave our Vivian alone, Kroxa. What are you doing? Stop that. All right, to get Kroxa back, we go to 3. This is such a gross scenario to be in. Oh, no, because they played one from a hand. They didn't get the one out of the yard. Ah, GG's. Never mind. Ugh. Alright, let's see if this turns into anything. I have no idea, but we have 2 Edgewall Innkeepers, so they can't be the worst thing, right? Alright, so the good news is we get at least 1 attack with our Innkeepers. Ooh, what if we draw the Foulmire Knight? Let's draw that. Alright, deck. I tried and had some wishful thinking. Now this kind of makes it a little awkward, because now we can just kill whatever they play. But the reality is, I kind of want to be able to just get cards. Uh-oh. Why just for 1? Oh, Primal Might of Dude. Okay, fair. I mean, why not? Sadly, because of the way this works out, I think I actually have to do it this way. Mostly because if we did it the other way, then they killed our Innkeeper. We'd have an extra card, but no guarantee to be able to attack with the Lovestruck piece. Which is really what we're aiming for here. Alright, let's do it. Well, that ain't bad, is it? Alright. Well, this is looking pretty good. Aspirant, sure. opponent can fight something here if they want to. But this next turn is going to be pretty good for us. Well, that makes it real good for us. Much as I'd like a bonus card from this Feeder Resistance. Alright, opponent. Sure. Go on with your bad self. Still get in there for 5. Alright, well I guess the good news is we have active Murderous Rider, so we'll see what happens. I guess I could have put this on black, since I don't think I need more than 1 white. And then that way I could have had a chance if I drew a black source to be able to kill something and cast it, but it is what it is. Alright, big Primal Might works for me. Obviously not attacking. We'll see, we would have drawn that black source too. Well, I guess the plus side is we can play Murderous Rider and pull a Kranos and can be happy with ourselves. We'll take a card. Most excellent. And this should do it. Like, even if they sweep the board, I mean, we're going to replace 2 creatures. So, yeah, I'd say a 3/4 and a 2/2. And this is highly mediocre, but we're going to keep it. Alright. Well, playing against some mono green, most likely. It's not going to be the easiest time for us. Let's see what the opponent does here. They didn't even shamble us. Alright, let's see if we can get the opponent to at least commit their mana. And then we can just remove all the counters off of the Shambler. Alright, you block. Remove counters. No blockers. Yorvo. Alright. Well, we have quite the selections, shall we say, of Mythos. Questing Beast coming. Yep. Well, that wasn't quite what we were looking for, was it? Let's see what the opponent wants to do here. It's Murderous Ride. No blocks. Probably another beast, I'd imagine. Nope, a Stoneclaw. That can be bad. Questing Beast comes down. Like I say, we're going to take a lot of damage here. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can play Lovestruck Beast, get 2 cards, hopefully draw something to be able to play this Mythos. No blocks. That's probably a bad call. No, Vivian's not good for us either. I mean, we can at least remove a Vivian, so that's not the worst, I guess.
I call, and Decoria answers.
Alright, so that makes it a little bit easier. Drew all the Mythos, I guess. Got our own Vivian, so that's cool. Get green. Yeah, I mean, I guess we have to kill Vivian here. Just trying to think of how this plays out the next couple turns. I mean, the problem is they problemate this into an 8-8. Well, we still block, so that's not the worst thing, I guess. Then we can try to gain life with this, potentially. Alright. Let's see what happens.
Trust people.
And they still have a lot of mana here to work with. So can't really take anything for granted as it stands. Alright, a Gargaroth. Something else we gotta fight through. Fortunately, we have the tools to do it. Do we... I mean, we could cast Vivian here. I just don't think we want to. It's the thing. Like, we can, but I don't think there's a benefit. And then we'll just pass. I mean, we are at 9, so I probably could have made up an attack there, but don't quite want to trade just yet. All right. Garrick does pose some real problems.
I love the smell of coffee in the morning.
That is a real thing. So we'll go ahead and block here and here. So we do have to make a decision. All right, so that's good. We get some life there. It's real nice. Real nice. Would have been good to be able to attack the opponent here. We unfortunately are not going to get that opportunity.
That's precious.
Oh, so see, now this is a little bit of a trap. Because I know... No, we have to just kill him now. I hate that. We kind of have to, though. Alright, now we have enough mana that if there's a creature on top, we can even just play that. Alright, there's a Lovestruck Beast. What can go with it? A Mammoth, okay. I will trade. We are definitely in the business of protecting a Vivian right now. Gosh, you're kidding, deck. Alright. Vigilance.
I'd like you to meet my
I mean, we'll just
Stompy.
kill a Lovestruck Beast, I guess. Man, this is turning into an ugly, grindy situation that we didn't really want, but here we are. And we went through all of our Mythos. Okay, well, the good news is we have another Blood Chief's Thirst to get rid of the Stone Coil Serpent. Hey, you're Sharn. There we go. Now there's some things. Alright. Woo. Alright, we'll keep it. Passage. Alright. Go find a swamp. Fair. Interesting. Well, if we know we don't have anything to play at instant speed, do we just go ahead and set this up? And then we'll just see what the opponent wants to do. I mean, they may just want to kill our Innkeeper instead of even playing a creature here. Who knows? Alright, that makes sense. But if this is rogues, like I think it is, that actually slows them down a little bit, and we're kind of okay with that. Like, we prefer this level of pacing, if given a choice. Alright, creature number 1 we get to try to kill. I will go ahead and use this. I'll even play it fancy. There you go. Well, that's not going to do a whole lot. Yeah, something's going on. I'm going to have to check some settings or something, because I really do have cards just flying into play that I don't have control over right now, and that's not cool. I don't want to try... Okay, well now I'll try to cast the Mythos. Okay. We will set this on black, I guess. Alright. Interesting. So they have no more flash creatures. This is good to know. Unless they just drew one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Well, we'll at least get a card out of this. Alright, what gets bounced? Oh, just a Slitherwisp. Okay, I can live with that. Like I say, if you attack, we will block. Rest assured. That is a thing that will happen. Ooh, I really want to play this Sharn. I need to do this, though. I know what's right. Play another Slitherwisp. Nope, a Nightbonder to get a card. Alright, fair. Alright. Alright, the opponent has plenty of mana now. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite enough. Alright, let's attack with the Murderous Rider. See what the opponent decides to do here. Lockmere Serpent. That thing doesn't have hexproof or anything. Okay, sure. Look at you trying to be sneaky over there, opponent. Ooh. Darn it. Don't have anything good to get back. Man, I wish I would have known that was the case, though. I could have got in with that Innkeeper, too. Exile 5 cards from an opponent's graveyard and return it to their hand. Okay. Fair. I guess some days it's just like that, huh? Alright. Attack with Murderous Riders. See if I get the opponent to commit some mana. Nope. Your Sharn, maybe? Does that resolve? Probably not. Alright, Dispute works. At least now I have something I can get back with this Agadeem's Awakening. That's kind of cool. Do I need that set to green? Yeah, I guess so. Same deal, get in there. Here comes another Lockmere Serpent. They can sack a swamp, gain a life, draw a card. May or may not take 2 here. I don't know. Or, okay, they took the whole 4. Fair enough. Oh, come on. Let this Scavenging Ooze resolve. This is all we've ever wanted out of life. Does this work? Enforcer. Okay, fine. Ooh, and a Pull of Kranos. That's nice. Don't hate that. Opponent gets to remove a pile of cards, though. Oh, drown in the lock. Well, that's no fun. Oh, boy. What do we do now? Polar Kranos says we have to remove extra cards. We can still do this for 1, 2, 3, and we'd get back Lovestruck Beast and Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, sorry, y'all. I think we're having issues with Arena right now for some reason. Alright, we can get the Great Hinge down next turn, maybe. This just feels so bad. And we have exactly 6 in our yard if we try to do this with Agony's Awakening. Ugh. This feels so gross. I almost should have attacked with the Edgewall Innkeeper to be able to get this Pull of Kranos into play, but... Alright. Return cards from my graveyard. Here's hoping. I mean, I made it cost 6. Like, I don't know. It's probably just going to get countered. Oh, no, it's just a Nightbonder. Ooh, sweet. Alright. Well, then now we don't even care that they have a Serpent. 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. We're still getting for at least 3. Yeah. And we get the Great Hinge. and get to draw a card. So, like, yeah, this is looking good now. We'll get that. So we have the option for more green. I mean, I am just going to attack with all of it. Just say, fine, you know, find an answer. Yep. Serpent you doth have. Yeah, I mean, that's it, right? You still take 3? Sure. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what they're doing, but I was like, Oh boy, so that was a pretty fun and interesting deck, y'all. I think this is pretty fun. If you like adventure cards and not have to play Clover, this is one way to do it. I think if you just want the flexibility of not having to worry about the different types of permanents your opponent could play, man, that Mythos of Nethroy is a really good card. I think we still could have won that first game against the Rakdos deck, but cards just didn't come up right for us. I will say it does have a sideboard, so, you know, best of 3, there are some things you could do there. There's also an additional, I think we're already playing the Scavenging Oozes, but I think there's another one maybe in the sideboard, so yeah, you have some things for that fight that could help, so I wouldn't sweat it too much. Not sure if Garrick's Harbinger was in the list or not, but that's probably a good one to have in that matchup. But yeah, guys, gals, people, I think this is a pretty cool deck. I think this is the type of deck that couldn't have existed before in Standard with Omnath around, but it's definitely one you can play now. As usual, if you haven't, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and then come back and see me for another video. We'll see you next time. That's all I got.